What's up YouTube? It's the one and only Yugi Penguin. Today I am bringing you my domain Monarch deck profile for April 2018. This has no god cards in it like my Divine Monarch videos, but a few people have been asking me to actually make this deck profile, seeing as it's a little different and my spin on the deck. Let's get into the deck and I'll explain a few combos towards the end of the deck. We're going to kick things off with the 1 Aether the Heavenly Monarch. Fantastic card in the deck. You'll always want to play Aether. Basically, you can tribute summon this card by tributing a tribute summon monster. If this card is tribute summoned, you can actually send 2 Monarch spell trap cards with different names from your hand or deck to the graveyard, meaning you always want to put either Pantheism of the Monarchs in, which you only run at 1, or you put the Prime Monarch in the deck. It's very important that the Prime Monarch is actually in the graveyard, because when you pitch it to the graveyard and there's more Monarch spells or trap cards in the graveyard, you can actually banish 1 Monarch spell or trap card and actually special summon it as a monster. I also play 3 Erebus, the Underworld Monarch. You can tribute summon this card also with a tribute summon monster, or with Domain of the True Monarchs on the field spell, you can actually reduce his level by 2 and actually use him as 1 tribute for a tribute summon monster. And then you can send 2 Monarch spell trap cards from your hand or deck to the graveyard, i.e. you would use Pantheism and Prime Monarch as usual, and then Erebus can actually shuffle a card from the hand or field of your opponent into the deck again. It's very good, especially if you're going first, because your opponent will start with 5 cards again. I also play 2 Karaz the Light Monarch. Oh yeah, and by the way guys, I'm not bending my cards. You cringe when I do this. I'm only putting them down gently. Please relax. Karaz the Light Monarch, when this card is normal or special summoned, I play him because if I have basically Prime Monarchs on the field face down, I will just literally use Karaz's effect, and then I can actually destroy them, send them to the graveyard, that's where I want them, and then I can actually draw cards for each card that I've destroyed. I play the 1 Caius the Mega Monarch. He is probably one of the best cards in my opinion, and I have a lot of best cards, but Caius is so good. This can actually just shut down Dark Magician decks. It can shut down basically anything with like the same name. So let's say, I don't know, for example, Dark Magician's on the field, you use its effect, you can actually banish Dark Magician and every name from the extra deck, the main deck, the graveyard, that has listed Dark Magician in it. So you're basically shutting down the whole Dark Magician deck and you're dealing 1,000 points of damage to your opponent at the same time for Caius the Mega Monarch's effect. I think he's absolutely fantastic and actually a staple card for the deck. Next up, I play 2 Vanity's Fiend. Most people play 3. I think it bricks the deck a bit too much because we have a lot of high-powered monsters, and sometimes you will come across the situation where you are bricked. But I do have the cards in the deck to unbrick my hands. But Vanity's Fiend, if anyone doesn't know the combo, you would actually play Domain of the True Monarchs, tribute summon a monster, get Vanity's Fiend, and you actually have deck lockdown. Let me repeat that, deck lockdown. Vanity's Fiend, you can neither play can special summon monsters, that's not a problem with you, don't worry about that. But once you've got Vanity's Fiend on the field, no special summoning. Domain of the True Monarchs effect reads that you cannot use the extra deck, so your opponent cannot play the extra deck or special summon monsters. That's why I have Vanity's Fiend in the deck. The main card in your deck, YuGiOh the Heavenly Squire. When this card is normal or special summoned, you can actually special summon the next card that I'm about to show you, which is triple Eidos also from the deck, and he allows you another summon or set for that turn. So fantastic if you actually have one of your high powered Domain of the True Monarch cards in your hand. YuGiOh's effect, when sent to the graveyard, you basically target one of your banished Monarch spell or trap cards in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. And when Eidos is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can actually activate his effect, target YuGiOh in your graveyard to special summon her, and then special summon another Eidos because she was special summoned. I recommend that you do that on your turn and not on your opponent's turn. I also play triple Kaiser Vault Raider. He is a dark type and I play Allure of Darkness in the deck, so even if you do remove one of them, you still get the draw power. Kaiser Vault Raider is one of those good cards because you can actually swarm the board, so you can special summon him, then bring out YuGiOh, then bring out Eidos, and then I have other cards that can actually also swarm the board. I played the 1 Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit. I was playing Droll, I was playing Ghost Reapers at one point. I mean, it's more of a side deck option. I don't actually play a side deck in this deck because I'm just happy with the way things are. This is more casual to semi-competitive at this rate. I don't really want to play it competitively because in this meta, this deck probably does not work against half the decks that are out there. I play the one Effect Veiler, standard card now. It's probably one of the best cards in the format right now. Okay, moving on to your spell lineup. The main card in your spells, you want to play triple Domain of the True Monarchs. So basically what I suggested when I was discussing with my monsters, while you have no cards in your extra deck and you're the only player that controls a tribute summon monster, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. And if a tribute summon monster you control attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 800 damage during damage calculation only. And then you can reduce the level of one monster in your hand that has 2,800 attack, meaning one of your really high powered monarchs, and then you can actually bring that out a lot quicker. Tenacity of the Monarchs, triple now. I was playing this at 2 at one point, but Tenacity at 3 seems good enough for me. You can actually reveal one monster in your hand with 2,400 and 1,000 defense, or 2,800, and actually add a Monarch spell trap card from your deck to your hand. Fantastic card, must be played. I also play Pantheism of the Monarchs. You can only play this card at 1. Apparently in the OCG, they're actually bringing this card up to 2 or 3. There actually is no need, but if it does happen that way, play it at 2, semi-limit, and you can just recycle it back when you're banishing it or when you're playing it. It's just too overpowered at this rate, but you can actually send one Monarch spell or trap card from your hand to the graveyard and draw 2 cards, or you can banish this card. So basically you get 2 effects with the card straight away, and then you reveal 3 Monarch spell or trap cards. Make your opponent choose one. Basically you're going to choose the same card, that's what I do, and then you just add it to your hand and then you go off from there. Monarch Stormforth, fantastic card. You can just tribute off one of your opponent's monsters. It doesn't matter what it is. It counts as, basically it's like the kaiju of the deck. I was actually going to tamper about with the deck and actually play kaijus in this deck. I don't know why. Do not question my what I play. This is what I want to play. You play what you want to play. I don't want to see comments in the comment section saying, why are you playing this? Why are you playing that? Jesus, calm down. I play whatever I want because I enjoy the game. It's not competitive. I've said it hundreds of times. You 14-year-old kids out there don't realise what you've got, okay? Now I play 2 Monarchs, March of the Monarchs, excuse me. Tribute summon monsters you control cannot be targeted by or destroyed by card effects, and you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. You do not play an extra deck in this game, and that's why I play it. I've narrowed Return of the Monarchs down to 1. Basically, you can add just a high-powered Monarch card to your hand. Next spell card, Foolish Burial Goods. You actually want to play that just to put the Prime Monarch into the graveyard, or if you don't actually already have Pantheism in the graveyard, then you would send that from your deck to your hand. There's the Allure of Darkness. Basically you draw 2 cards and banish 1 dark monster. Hopefully you have a Kaiser Volse Raider in your hand at this point, and then you can just banish him from your hand with the draw power. 1 Monster Reborn, best card ever. I don't care what anyone says, that's GOAT format right there. The 1 for 1, which you cannot play any more of. Send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard, special summon 1 level 1 monster from your hand or deck. So basically it's really good at unbricking, and it's also good at bringing out Edia. This card, again, people don't really understand why I play it, but Card Advance, you know, it's one of those, it's a very, it's not even a rare card, it's a common, but people don't actually know what this card does. So you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put them in any order. You can tribute summon 1 monster in addition to your normal summoner set this turn. So you can actually, this is what I'm saying about swarming the board with different monsters, because special summoning Kaiser Volse Raider, then having Edia, and then having Eidos gives you another tribute summon. So you can bring out Erebus, and then you can bring Card Advance to the field and have another summon or set that turn. So you can essentially have 3-4 monsters at a time. The next 2 cards, this is the trap lineup now. I also play 2 Monarchs Erupt. Guys, I'm telling you, this card is absolutely incredible just for stopping all kinds of effects. So basically, while you have a tribute summon monster on the field, negate the effects of all face-up monsters on the field. That doesn't really matter to you because you've actually played your effects through. It doesn't really work on your high-powered monarchs, so basically Erebus and Caius, because they're already done, and then your opponent cannot actually do anything basically. And then during your end phase, if you control no tribute summon monsters, send the card to the graveyard. Doesn't really matter because most of the time you will have high-powered monsters. Monarchs Erupt and March of the Monarchs together on the field is basically a win situation, and your opponent can't really do much, especially with Vanity's Fiend on the field. I'm just talking about ifs and buts right now, but it has happened, and if I have a few deck replays for you, then I will add them to the next video. One first Monarch. You can just special summon it as an effect monster. If you have high powered Monarchs in your hand, then you can actually discard one card, declare one attribute, and this card will become the declared attribute, and it can be used as 2 tributes. So very good at unbricking your hand again and bringing your high powered Monarchs onto the field. Best trap card in your deck, this is what I've been talking about. You want to play the 3 Prime Monarchs. Fantastic card. I mean, I don't use it for its first effects. You can pause the video and read it if you would like, but I actually only play it just to send it to the graveyard and special summon it. And then last but not least, I play the Solemn Brigade. It's 2 Solemn Strikes and 2 Solemn Warnings. Guys, you should know what these cards do by now. It helps you out of situations, and it stops your opponent dead in their tracks if they want to basically just get rid of your cards on the field or anything like that, which helps them combo off with plays. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching my deck profiles and actually helping me support the channel. It means actually a lot to me, considering that I've started from no subscribers and now I'm already sitting on 250 subscribers in just 1 month. That's actually really crazy. Anyone who's actually wanted to leave a like on the video, or even dislike it if you don't like it, I don't actually mind. I'm not getting paid to do these videos. There's no monetizing on these videos. All I'm doing is just doing what I enjoy, giving you my deck profiles. If you want to take anything from it, then please do. If not, then don't worry, I will come out with some better content in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog, because they can bark at the screen every time that I'm talking, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.